Greetings and salutations, friends. Let's just wait for the ad break to be over on their Twitch. There we are. Hey, greetings and salutations, friends. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Twitch. Thanks for joining us. Right. Yes. Let's just get on with it, shall we? I did a little bit of work on the park today. It's been busy. I've been working on my room. On the nerd room and / guest room, and working as well. Some of us don't actually get today off, even though it's a federal holiday. Apparently, I'm not sure how accurate that is anymore, but you know, whatever. And of course, I've been working on the park as well. So let's pause and take a quick look at the shenanigans that I've been up to. You may notice there's greenery. I kind of leveled out the terrain a little bit here to give a nice little slope up to the railway. And I've spammed some trees and things in there. Kind of opened this up a little bit here. I have no idea how I'm going to get theming in there, but we'll figure that out. We got some more trees over here. I named this, by the way. It is now called the Steel Taipan. Steel, because it's steel, and Taipan, after the rather venomous Australian snake. I copied some buildings from the not runaway mine train, but the ghost train ride over there. Not ghost train, the ghost, whatever. The wooden roller coaster. And I plopped them over here and just kind of made a couple of little adjustments. We need to do another one here. I put some there. I've got some trees and stuff around this final section. I realized that putting a building here was going to be kind of stupid. So I kind of just brought the terrain out so the coaster comes up and over the terrain. I put a little bit of some more scenery down in this area just to give it a little more excitement. I might drop some more rocks along here. Maybe something interesting in here. Maybe a rock formation, I think, might be interesting. Another little building here. It's just a generic building I've spammed around a little bit. So that's coming together. I just need to finish off this little section here. But we do need to create the exit station, I guess. And we need to do some detail work on the queue. I want to put a building around the queue here. So I think I might do that now, actually. Yeah, we'll start with that, right? Scenery. Let's go into here. We're going to do Western and Viking. I think I've managed to wrestle my brain with... There's so much going on upstairs at the moment. It's very difficult for me to think about some things. But I think I've managed to wrestle my train of thought with this Dune game. I grew up with the original Dune and enjoyed it, actually. You know, the whole thing with Sting being in it, you know, and all that. Well, pretty damn good. I always thought that was a really good movie. I actually did not know that there was a reboot not too long ago. Yep, I know, right? There was actually a reboot of the Dune movie not too long ago. Thankfully, I missed it. And I think, to be quite honest, many people should probably be thankful that they missed it as well. It was pretty bad, from what I understand. Oh, of course, this is not quite going to fit, is it? Oh, fuck. For God's sake. What? Actually, I could just make it fit. Of course, that's not going to work either. What I'm gonna do actually, I'm gonna just make this fit. Huh? I know, right? What? Yeah. So that's going to be the end of the queue building there. That would be the exit. What I'll do, I'll make the building and then I will... Actually, I'm going to move this into position and then I will rebuild the queue path. That's cheating! Oh, yeah, it jolly well is cheating. You're absolutely right. But, here's the thing. I don't give a... Right, what now? You heard me. I don't care. Actually, I do, but you know, whatever. What are you going to do about it, right? So we're going to go back to about there, I think. Yeah, actually, I want to line it up with that. To be honest, I wonder if we can get away with that. All right, let's see if we can get away with that. All right, down there. Anyway, as I was saying, and then went on a little segue, and that segue is actually quite relevant now. Train of thought, for me, difficult, tricky at the moment. But I think I have wrestled myself with the idea of purchasing the Dune game. Because as I was saying, I do enjoy the movies, or the movie, the original, the good one. Not the remake that I mentioned. Don't go looking for it, because you will regret it if you find it. This needs to come out a bit more. So, as much as it seems to be an asset flip from Conan, which that's where my brain keeps going. It's just an asset flip from Conan with a little bit more emphasis on pew pew. I'm gonna give it a go. I actually lengthened this up and I didn't mean to, but you know, whatever. There we are. Okay. Right. Should I actually? Since that goes up there and then it's level across here, I could actually have this come down and be level with the ground through here. And level it there. I think we're going to do that, actually. That is going to make a little bit more sense. Okay. We're back to path building. Shit. Okay. Paths. Let's kill this. I think up to there, actually. Oh, that's right. You can do that. I forgot about it. Boink. There we are. Lovely, lovely. And actually, that's going to come back to there like that. Brilliant. And we want that to staff. That's a queue. Okay. Connection square, straight. We've got angles. And we've got a height snap. I don't really want a height snap. Okay, we'll take that to there, and then there. Okay, I'm liking that. What? Oh, that's like, hang on a minute. Okay, so there may be in the near future some. I can already hear everyone going. Some Dune content. Yeah, I know. Everybody's playing it at the moment, by the look of it. And that's another argument that I've been telling myself. If it was really just like just a cheesy asset flip of Conan, there wouldn't be so many people still playing it. They would have kind of moved on after a couple of days. But it's still very, very heavily occupied. The only thing I don't really like about it at the moment Is that you? You've got to be kidding that it wants to do that. I don't really want it to do that. Alright, actually, that's fine. I can live with that. Okay. Alright, so there's our queue building. Yeah, so if it really was just an asset flip of Conan and not worth your time, I think many people probably would have moved on already. So there's that as well. That aspect of the whole thing. So I think I am indeed going to give it a try. Because I enjoyed Conan. I did. It was an enjoyable game for the most part. Okay, so I can actually just get rid of those. And that one there. Okay, and then we'll use this guy. Like that. And the only reason I've been like holding off is simply because of the price tag. You know, I have a job and a mortgage and all that stuff, and I don't really want to waste a bunch of money on something that I'm not going to play a great deal of. So there was that internal argument as well. I've actually still got to finish Road Crew. I promised myself actually I would restart Road Crew and do a YouTube series. I may still do that. If you'd be interested in laughing at me while I completely fail to make a road, let me know. There's been, I mean, I've been playing the game. There's been some actually quite hilarious moments in it. Even on your own, you can really do some interesting things. Stupid things, but interesting. All right, so I'm going to bring that to there. And of course, this is me. So there's plenty of stupidity. I think one of my best ones was, oh, this looks like it'll go through there, and then of course it doesn't. That was one of my best moments there. Oh, I've still got friggin' random boss name on. So that should now be off. Okay, there we are. That's better. And then we'll just bring that to there like that. All right. The idea here is that we are basically obscuring the queue from our guests. Because, you know, you don't want them seeing how many people are in line until they're in line. So I'm just basically manipulating them a little bit like this. Let's bring this way, like that. Right, and then we will just move this like that. Another game actually I thought about doing some YouTubing with was U-Boat, because I have U-Boat. But I don't know. I don't know. U-Boat it's very much like Flight Sim. There's lots and lots of nothing with a few moments of excitement. Unless, of course, you come across a convoy, which I did in one of my games recently. It was actually really friggin' interesting. I came across a convoy. There was quite a few boats. They did come hunting. I did evade, as you do, you know. But somehow my captain and number 2 got injured, and I didn't see it. I didn't see how they got injured. I didn't see what happened. But as we were making our way back to port to get some more torpedoes, because we'd run out, they both died, which is a bit unfortunate. And then when I was at port doing a refit and some training, there was an airplane attack or bombers or whatever it was. Some enemy aircraft came in and basically mangled my boat to the point where my entire crew was green at that point. And I was like, you know what, screw this. And I didn't really rage quit. I was like, well, there's no point in continuing at this point because I can't have a completely green crew and go back out to sea. That would just be a disaster. That would then lead to a rage quit. So, yeah. But it's definitely an interesting game. It plays, if you adjust the settings, it plays very much like Silent Service, which is a game that I spent many, many hours playing when I was younger. Many hours. Yeah, it's almost like a submarine simulator, but it's not really. It's fairly simplistic, but the graphics were very simple. It was quite easy to identify enemy I nearly said vehicles. Vessels. I think I want to do. Metal on this one. So let's go into here. We're going to hit aquatic, right? And we're going to turn those two off. Because in here we do have access to the corrugated metal. I don't know how I feel about that with the stone on the bottom. I think that would look better with wood on the bottom. Let's just take this all the way around before we jump to any conclusions. Which means these will need to get replaced with wood as well. Oh, got a bit of a gap there. No, that's okay. Okay, let's go to Western theme. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of feel like I'd like a rustic feel. I wonder if the stone layer is just too tall. That could be it, actually. It could just be that stone layer is too tall, which is fine until you get to there. I was thinking I could just take the whole lot and do that. That actually looks better. Okay. We'll edit the building. I will just grab those. I'm going to sink them down so they're in line with that. Lovely. And then I'm going to do that. That's a bit wrong, isn't it? Actually, we could just get rid of those entirely. Alright. Of course, I am so far behind with the the Dune content, though. That's the thing. It'll still be fun, though, just to solo the game a little bit. Until some silly bastard decides that they want to come and play with me. And then we can laugh at them for throwing themselves into the stupidity there. Okay, so that's those two. Because as regular members of my channel will know, there's always some stupidity occurring. Always. And often not on purpose. Somebody actually asked me the other day, am I going to do any more stuff with City Skylines? And as much as it pains me to say it, the answer is no, not. I enjoyed City Skylines 1. City Skylines 2, I just found too easy. It was just, I don't know what happened or what they did, but I just found it way too simple. So I stopped playing. I'm actually just going to stop that from tearing by doing that. This is going to work like this, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, that's not going to work there. Actually, that will do. I might even actually just undo that bit. Move this piece. No, we don't want to move it. We want to duplicate it. There we are. There you go. Now you're using your melon. Now we will move it. That. Okay, like that. Ah! Oh, actually, that works. Just gonna do that there. Okay. Alright. There we go. That works better. Fantastic. Alright, so we have an entryway there. Let's put some corrugated pieces across the top here. Oh, fudge nuts. Okay. I guess we can just use this piece here. Boop. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, Conan thing. Dune, that was it. God. It's been a long week, and I don't know, whatever. If I duplicate that, I'll stick there like that. Okay, not too bad. It gives us an entryway into the Q building. Hey, Jack. Can I build a Schwarzkopf triple looper as one of the coasters? I'd have to look it up, actually. familiar with the triple looper. Let's take a quick look here. Google! Ooh. Oh, those are interesting. I don't really have that reinforced loop design available. I don't think I do anyway. Hey, Spawn. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Hanging in there. Doing what I can, etc, etc. So, hang on, let's take a quick look here. So, the lift hill looks like it's there. And we come down and we do up into there. Then there's the mid-course brake run, and that comes down, up and over, down, and then that goes into the 3-loop section. By the look of it, I need a detailed plan of this, because by the look of the size of this one, this is on a return loop. So these two, because they're basically the same size, this one's slightly smaller. It looks like these two are on the same path, so it will come through, do a loop, and come out, come back, and then probably do the 3rd loop on a separate run through the air, through that section. Let's have a look here. It does look like, it looks really interesting actually. Very basic in its design, but really quite interesting. Okay, so we go down there and through there and through that. Oh, okay, so those first two are after the main drop. Oh, that can't be right. I'm looking at the wrong thing. There's the mid-course brake run there. It looks like another brake run here. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's probably doable. Doable. Yeah, but the way the cars are set up, the coaster cars, it looks like, doesn't look like a Schwarzkopf. Huh, interesting. Boop. Boop. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to distract me so this takes twice as long, and I want to get I want to get this done. Oh, you blah, 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 blah. This needs to get duplicated over here. There we are. And then we probably want to grab this guy. How's everybody else doing out there in normal person land? Did everybody enjoy their federal holiday? Because I certainly didn't. I didn't get one. I had to work. It was baloney. And we were surprisingly busy too. I was not expecting that many travel tickets today. I was kind of expecting it to be nice and quiet, but no, not at all. I was like, oh, balls. They all started calling. Alright, let's... Hang I need wooden flooring, but I don't want to use wooden flooring. If that makes sense. That's a classic brick wall, my friend. That's not going to do any good to anyone. Okay, so what we need to do is go in a grid. Freeform. Okay, that's the brick wall again. Alright, you know what? You don't have... Okay, so let's turn Viking on. There we are. There's your brick wall again. How many times are you going to look at the brick wall? This is okay, there's a wooden plank piece there, but that's not really what I want. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Oh, you can't go wrong with that one. Those roller coaster games are just, they're absolutely fantastic. I started with Theme Park myself. The precursor. And it's something that many people don't realize, but Theme Park was actually released by Bullfrog a very, very long time ago. Actually, I think I've got a copy of it on my hard drive somewhere. It was released by Bullfrog originally, and if you were a member of the prestigious TSB Young Savers Club, wait, was it the TSB? No, it wasn't the TSB, it was the Midland. Yeah, the bank in England used to be called Midland. If you were a prestigious member of the Young Savers Club, you could actually get a copy of Theme Park for free. And I did. And I spent many, many happy hours creating all kinds of things. And then it went into general release, and they, I think Bullfrog were original. They held on to it right through until it became Roller Coaster Tycoon. Which, of course, I purchased with my college fund. Did I? Or was that on my... That was on my Atari as well. It wasn't until number... I don't see what I'm looking for. Bum. I don't see it there. Maybe it's in this locker. I think it was Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 that I got on my Atari. Because I was an Atari user. Oh yes. I didn't have an Amiga, I had an Atari STE. And today I don't have an Apple, I have an Android. So there you go. Midland Bank is now HSBC. Yeah, the Midland got absorbed by someone. I don't know why I thought of the TSB. Whatever. Woodbatten. That's not really going to work out well. Okay. Well, we'll figure out the floor later. Otherwise, I'll be here trying to find things for hours. I want sectioning between these. Now, I've got these windows. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Somewhere. I mean, I've got this netting. No, it's not going to work. You know, you're not going to find it like this. An auric. Wow. You are potentially slightly older than me. What did my first actual computer that I owned, but I had, was a Commodore 16. My dad got it for me. No games. Commodore 16 and a rather thick book on learning BASIC. And he wanted me to learn how to program. ask him how well that went. He actually sat up there in the bedroom for probably an hour and a half, entering in the code to create a very basic Space Invaders game. I was downstairs watching TV. I wasn't that interested in coding at the time. Turns out I'm actually a natural at it. It was one of the things that I did very well at in college. To the point where I could basically sit and ignore my teacher. And just sit there and code. Tap, 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 tap. And by the end of the class, I would have finished the homework assignment. Yeah, the Commodore 16. Wasn't a very popular unit, that. It still had the external tape drive. Which obviously most things then did. I'm not going to find what I'm looking for, am I? I believe it's under resort. So let's see if we can narrow this down. Resort theme. And it's a decoration piece, I think. Where the fucking hell is it? Feel like I'm getting close. There it is! Hi! Gotcha. Brilliant. That's what I'm at. Wait. Do I want that color? Yeah, I want that color. That's what I was after. We'll take one of those, please, Bob. Lovely, lovely. Five minutes to load a game, only for it to create. 5 minutes? What the hell are you playing? Airwolf used to take about... Actually, no, yeah, Airwolf was about 5 minutes. The Aliens game, that was... I believe that was 2 tapes. That was 2 tapes and about 10 minutes of load time. Totally worth it, though. Totally worth it. It was a great game. Actually, let's do the piece here first. All the way up to there, and we'll start there. That'll do. What else was there? Yeah, those games that were 3 tapes. Jesus. I always liked some of the simpler ones, like Paperboy or Chucky Egg or Hubert. I never actually did own Hubert. It was an arcade game that I used to play. Never actually owned the Hubert game itself until many, many years later. What else was there? Airwolf, yeah, that was a good one. Flight Simulator by Sublogic. Yeah, yes. I'm that old. That was a bunch. I can't say that I collected a lot of games. I had a couple. I had a number of games, but they were games I always played a lot of. Once I hit the Atari with a floppy disk drive. Oh, that was like sent from heaven after dealing with the Commodore 16. A floppy disk drive. That was just, oh yeah, no, that was when my gaming really started to pick up. I spent quite a lot of time playing Dungeon Master and Chaos Strikes Back and Silent Service. And all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I remember like the Amiga, the Amiga and the Atari wars. You either had an Amiga or you were wrong. But I was just like going into school and like the people would have an Amiga because the school had. The school had an Amiga. That's right. Because they had a piece of software. No, it was an Atari. No, the school had an Atari because I managed to get my paws on one of the spare discs for a piece of software called Quartet, which was music design software. Really cool too for its time. Really good. You had a musical stave, and you had a selection of notes, and you just drag and drop them onto the stave where you want the note to play. And there was 30 or 40 different instruments that you could pick from. It was actually really cool. Never really came across anything like that after that either. The C64 before it, actually. Wow. Yeah. I left all my stuff back in England. And then what? Yo, when the console started coming out. Well, because I don't count the original Atari as a console. You know the one I'm talking about. Yeah, I never really counted that one. But I remember I was bugging, I think it was my mum. Yeah, wrong person though. Yeah, 1600. Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, I was bugging my mum, which was the wrong person at the time. Because she didn't really speak to my grandma. My grandma was the one that, you know what grandmas are like. They're the ones who buy the good stuff. You know, your parents, they buy you one really nice thing, and the rest of it's socks and underpants. But I wanted a. I don't remember what it was at the time. Anyway, I ended up with something called a Radafin, which was a cartridge game system. Bit cheap, bit crap. But that got me started, and I remember I followed the console wars quite closely, the Nintendo and all the rest of it, and I was really impressed with Atari's entry into the console wars with the Jaguar, and no one else really paid any attention, and I was like, the friggin' Jaguar, it's was it 64? I believe it was the very first 64-bit game console. Way the hell back then. No one paid any attention to it. Which was a real shame because that was a game changer. Still, we got there eventually. It took an extra 10 years, I think. It was 10 years after that the next 64-bit console came out, and that was one of the two big ones. Never owned one of those though. My neighbor did. He used to come over and irritate me with it because he didn't have a. He bought a Sega. He bought this Sega. But his TV was only black and white and you couldn't connect it up. So he used to come over to my place and plug it into our TV and play. Oh dear. His name was Alan, actually. Which he later changed by default to something else that I can't remember. Alright, well, I want to slap a roof on this, but I don't know what kind of roof I want to put on it. I don't know, think about that. A Mega Drive, yeah. I spent a lot of time playing his Mega Drive because he would just leave it at our place. And Desert something or other. Desert Strike? Yeah, Desert Strike with the helicopter. I played that for hours. When I wasn't playing like Dungeon Master or whatever. Okay, so this is my next puzzle. I want to do we got to do a station. And it doesn't need to be particularly rustic. This is going to be its own kind of thing. I'm thinking I'm going to go with a nice metal, modernish metal building for this. And we'll do some interesting theming through here, but yeah, trying to theme this is going to be interesting. Okay, all right, so let's just get on with it. That's not the one I want. Align scenery with unload station. Load station. I think that's what I need there. Turn that off. And we'll do aquatic and resort theme. I need some walls, mates. I need some walls. We're going to do a nice low wall there, like that. There we are. Of course. Oh yeah, no, that's precisely what I wanted. Just, oh, fucking hell. My dad was addicted to Desert Strike. I could never get it on my console. Oh. It was a really good game, I gotta say. I mean, the concept was fantastic. Because it wasn't just flying in and blowing shit up and flying out. You know, some of the missions you actually had to rescue people, which was, you know, a really interesting way to play the game. That I'm going to run a piece of terrain through there. What's going on there? Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, is it going to do that on that end? Yep. Oh shit. All right, so I need to find. There is one around here somewhere that will do a rounded side, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't care anymore. See, there's those. Why are we getting that? That shouldn't be happening. Huh? Oh. Yep. Nope. You're an idiot. Okay. Yep. I don't want that big. That's what. No. That's not the appropriate time for that. Is there ever an appropriate time for that joke? Ooh, I'd forgotten about these pieces. I could have little walls all the way. Oh my god. It's like I planned it. Hang on, what's going on here? Oh, okay. There we go. Nice. Do I want that on this side? I don't know that I do. Ah, the arches is separate, so that's right. Arr, I forgot about this too. There's a tunnel, but there's not really much use. It's like its own separate piece. Why? Oh, because they have to be on the outside. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, whatever. We'll get rid of those. Okay, do we have any good pillars? Not... Oh, I forgot about these. These are awesome. Anyway, not really what I'm after, but... Ah, now... These. Oh, yeah. Lovely. Right, we need to make sure that these are the right height before we do anything else. Close enough. I don't think of anything else, actually. I want any other games that I used to I would play to death. I can't really think of any. I always used to be on the lookout to see if I could get hold of arcade type games so I could play them at home, but I never really did. I never really found any for a reasonable price. And then, of course, I went through high school, left high school, went to college, got myself a 486 DX4. And that was that. And then I became a member of the PC Master Race. Now the PC. Now, wow, that opened up a world of possibilities as far as gaming went. Golf games. My stepdad used to spend hours playing crap golf games on it. Oh no, wait, that was the Atari. Yeah, no, that was the Atari. What was the first one? The first one that I spent a lot of time on was X-Wing. Oh yeah. So many hours wasted on that one. And then TIE Fighter. I actually ended up buying all of the those space combat games. X-Wing, TIE Fighter, B-Wing. Good times, good times. Completely decimated my bank account, but, you know. I think I played every football. Sensible Soccer. Yes, Sensible Soccer. Now, that actually has a special place in my heart. Not only was that a great game, but it was a game that you could play with your friends too. And I used to play it with my brother Keith. And I actually discovered a way where if you did a sliding tackle at the right moment, you could get a penalty. The number of times he scored scored a goal on me, only to have it taken away because I cut his dude's legs off. Oh yeah. On the world of sensible soccer, oh god, yes. Oh, I used to spend hours making ridiculous teams. Oh god, there's an ad break coming up. Yeah, breakfast foods versus rude names and yeah. So much fun. Oh dear. Anyway, ad break coming up. I guess I'll see you all back here in a couple of minutes. Oh, thereabouts. You can still get sensible soccer for free. Oh god. It wouldn't be the same now though. That's the thing. So I need flooring. We've got aquatic corrugated flooring. That's a possibility. No, I don't think so. Bamboo floor. Oh, plaster floor. Yes. Now, that is actually very bright. I do a nice dim. I would have to adjust the tiling and bring that back there, and that's going to look a bit wonky with the platform. And I can't get it any lower than that, can I? Nope. Ow, poo. Okay. It was looking interesting for a moment there, and then it stopped. Okay, let's go into there. I could use wall decor panels. No, not those. Curtain? No. Let's see what else we got. What do we have in here? All decor panels actually are looking doable. I don't have any texture on them. But they are fairly simple. Well, hello, baby. Hi there. Hello. No, that was the wrong. I did not want to click on that particular button there. Arrow, rather. Let's bring that down there. duplicate it, and we're going to bring it out to there. Like that. Oh, it's just a little bit of an overlap. Close. That's really close. I am digging it though. That's going to be a problem. We're just going to adjust this path here. Yeah, we're going to adjust the path so it fits. Yeah, because it's angled down and nonsense. And yeah, okay. All right, let's angle. Let's fix the path. Yep. Okay, and then oh shit, I'm shingle. Copy existing. Thank you. Oh god. And the height snap is not. Oh, it is. Okay. I love it, and it gives me a little bit more clearance on the loop there, so that's nice. All right, and then we need staff path. We just need to go way to join up to there. Oh shit. I wonder. Oh, fuck me. Wow. That was unexpected. I genuinely did not expect it to do that. Whether that works or not, it's a completely different matter. But, yeah. Alright, cool. So now we can go back to editing this building. We'll fix that. Probably. There's no way I'm going to do that all the way over like that, so I'm just going to... I really hope that this is going to... Fudge. I know what I can do here. Not that. Alright, somewhere around there is the caution stuff. Oh, that's interesting. That is just so... Okay. Irritating. I'm going to have to lower that path. Just a touch. Alright, well, we'll come back to that. So, where are they? I know... No, so here's the next question. What the fuck are they called? The black and yellow caution squares. I wonder if they're actually called that. No, of course they're not called that. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Oh, mummy. Is that a Nautilus shell? Oh, it's a wheel arch. Okay. Is it in the fence? We'll find it. I'll just slowly scroll through everything. Do, 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 do. We are. Hazard. Trip hazard. Or hazard strip. Okay, because... Okay. Fine. Whatever. Don't care. Oh, wait. Are you gonna... There we go. It wasn't dropping it. It's odd. Ah! Now, speaking of games, there is a new co-op game coming out soon on Steam called Maelstrom. It's by a chap called Nate Simpson. Now, Nate unfortunately has a little bit of a checkered past. He was responsible, not responsible, but he was the lead, I guess the lead developer or producer or whatever it was for Kerbal Space Program 2. Sadly, he got shit on by the company that was that owned the IP. In order for him to get out of his contract and get out of the company, he had to sign an NDA, which he did. And then the company proceeded to turn around and blame him for the state that the game was in, saying that all the decisions, basically they hinted that all the decisions that led up to the tragic events of Kerbal Space Program 2 were entirely his. And he was completely unable to defend himself. Anyway, he and another chap have come out with a game called Maelstrom, which is actually quite interesting. Right now there's a free demo on Steam. It's a team co-op, and it's set in the future in space, and you are a parcel delivery courier service. It's a lot of fun. There are aliens that you have to deal with when you're delivering your packages to your customers. I recommend checking it out, actually. I had a play with it the other day. On your own, it's interesting, but I would imagine with a couple of close friends, or even not even close friends, actually with a couple of acquaintances, it's probably going to be quite a laugh. Like I said, I would go check it out on Steam. It's called Maelstrom. It's worth 5 minutes of your time, just to check it out. Okay, I'm kind of liking this. I don't know that I like the yellow, although the inland sand taipan is yellow. So that could work. Roof. What kind of roof do I want to put on this? I might do a half glass, half covered. If I do glass, that means I've got to do supports. Actually, that's not so bad because we have those now. What roof options do I have? Because I'm struggling a little bit. Did I reset? Oh. Derp. Derp. Wow, okay. What? Roofs. All. That's all. That's what. Ah, that's because I've got that on. I get there eventually. Okay, we've got the. Oh wow! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so we've got these, and I believe they have glass counterparts. You believe wrong, my friend. Yeah, I do. All the glass panels are exactly that. They're just panels. They're flat. They're certainly interesting shapes, absolutely, but they are indeed flat. Bummer. Oh man. Alright, I don't really want to go that high. Cobblers. Alright, well, let's get rid of you. Ta-ta! Oh, that's that same place, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, wow! Ooh! So I could have put this on this side. That. That's not really going to look right, is it? And then that on that side. Oh my goodness. That looks really quite nice, actually. Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah. We're good with that. What are you going to do about the gaps? Fuck if I know. I would like to fill them with glass, but yeah, that's going to be a challenge, I think, because there are no glass roof pieces that match that shape. So, option 1. Wait, what? Oh, that's got. Oh, that's right. Some of these have got. I could use a thick one. Wait, why are these at? Oh, fucking hell! They're at funny angles. Well, I know they're at funny angles. That's literally what you were doing. No, but I meant that they were at funny angles because of that. See, that's straight. That's straight. And then as soon as I get to that one, they're at fun. The fuck? And then that's straight. So it's actually just this top piece here that's wonky. Huh. Okay. Fair enough. So let's just do these first three. See where we end up. Because you can already see where my brain is here. Which is actually quite worrying for you. I would go and seek some kind of assistance with that. Aha, see, that may be the problem. I do it? I did it that way first, and then that way. Maybe doing the little ones is going to be a better idea. That's a lot. That's a lot of work doing those small pieces. But ultimately, in the end, it's going to look better. Yes, I know, you're right. Right, so that would be the top piece, right? Alright, you're going to have to excuse me while I slowly go mad dealing with this bit. This is either going to be really good when it's finished or just absolute shite. Actually, to be honest, I'd be better off just duplicating this one. And rotating it into place. Like that. Once again, great idea. Follow me as I slowly go completely insane. And of course, it doesn't quite reach all the way down to the bottom there. But that's actually gonna probably be okay because I'm gonna run supports along these pillars to hold the roof up. So that's actually gonna work out nicely. All right, there. That's not bad. What's that? Glass opacity. Oh. Oh, I say. So I could do like a royal blue and just adjust the opacity a bit. Oh. Okay. Cool. Oh, good lord, that looks amazing. Might be able to get away with the larger panels on this side because of the gap. Nope, that's not going to work. But again. Whoop. Whoop. snap. I'll get it lined up properly. And then up we go. Get this first one lined up, and the rest should kind of flop into place. Okay, like that. Because this one's basically the top edge. Should be able to get away with that. Oh God, I wish there was. Give me access to this shift button so I can make teeny tiny adjustments. Okay. Yep. Okay. Should work out well. And then to there. Just down just a touch. About. So what I'm trying to do is look at where the roof meets the glass panel and call that roughly the pivot point. And then simply pivot it into place and kind of hope for the best. It does look like it's working. Alright, cool. So bring that out to there. Bring that down. About there. I think this is where it's going to get a bit janky because of the sudden change in. No. Okay. Looking doable. Something else that's happening shortly. Not today though. I will actually be turning on my webcam soon. So you'll be actually able to see the concentration on my face. If you want. You'll be able to see my little tongue sticking out as I try and focus on what the hell I'm doing. There. Oh, yes. I like it. That's lovely. All I gotta do is copy that all the way down. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, alright. Where are we at? We don't know now. I don't know. Let's. Okay, we'll turn that off there. I want to go into here and supports. Now I want something. It's not something substantial. I think I know what I need actually. It's gonna be the hoarding. That's a bit thin. Oh, damn it. And then that's just a bit thick. Ooh. That could be good, actually. Although, that would be really cool. If I could find that. That is support truss. I mean, that's it. Except, it's just a huge. It's still huge. Okay, never mind then. Do we have a smaller one than that? I don't think we do we? That'll support. I think all of these are gigantic, aren't they? Yeah. Ooh. Oh, look at this. That's nice. Then that will come in handy actually, because I will need some supports in the center. So, you know what I'm going to do? I am just going to plop that down. There we go. And then I can grab that and duplicate it later, because it'll take me ages to find that again. A thick wooden beam. That actually would be really nice for a construction. But a wooden jetty post, no. Wooden support plank, nope. Wood support beam square, oh for fuck's sake. Where were you before? Okay, support cable. We are going to have to go with the hoarding, I think. Because whilst it's not the best size, it is going to do the job. And I can always actually make it bigger, so it's more obvious. Let's chuck that down there. We'll do that. And now I do understand that this is actually wood, I believe. That's perfectly okay. Right. We are gonna need to get this. Maybe there? I want it just to kind of be touching the glass, I think. Ooh. Like that. Okay. And then we'll just take it back a touch. That. That's not really touching the wood there, the glass there, is it? And if I bring it out too far, it's going to come through the roof. Alright, how are we going to do this? Well, it looks like the glass is sitting on it. I think that's how we're going to do this. And where are we at? We're at 160. What if we do 200? How's that? Ooh, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? Yes. And that gives me a nice big thick section too. The problem is that gonna flow nicely through the entire thing? Like that. And then the next one. There. Okay. Does that take me all the way up to the end? No, it does not. Oh, God. It's going to leave me shy of the end by quite a lot. I think that's okay, though. Do I want to do that? Or... Yes, I do. That actually does look the part. How do I want to do this? Don't know that I want to use that. If I use the 4 and make it 200%, it will go across both these pieces here. So we'll do these two, those two. Hang on, that one and that one. 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 And it will leave this one blank. Ah, crud. The other option is just to do a single section. You can hear the steam escaping from my ears. So that was a relatively interesting concept, but it's not going to work. What I do need is the hoarding support 4 meter. Okay, and we are going to lay it up. We're going to lay it flat. Like that. And take that up to 200. Like that. Okay, cool. Oh, damn it. Fucking hell. Or... No, I want them all the way along. So yeah, I want the 4 meter. Okay. Bring that back to there. So the reason I redid this is oh, okay. No, that's great. No, that's exactly what I want you to do, camera. No, oh, for fuck's sake. Is I could actually do that. I just realized. And that kind of works. Okay. Ooh, almost. I want to do like a support lattice across here on the inside. So a beam all the way across, and then maybe a couple of supporting lattices where these edges are at. Yeah, you do like making work for yourself, don't you? Oh, yeah. That's more than 8 across there, isn't it? So really you want the 8 meter. Like that. And then we are going to bring it up. Like that. Let's bring that so we can line it up properly. Okay, that's fine. 200. Fuck yeah, that's exactly what. Whoop, pardon my French. That was. I was just very happy. Exactly what I wanted there. And then we will turn it sideways, like that. Yeah. Oh, not quite. Boop. There we are. Bring it down like that. Excellent. There we are. Brilliant. Then, all I've got to do is put beams from these onto it. Oh, Lord. Do I want to do that? I mean, that does kind of make... Yeah, I do want to do that. Oh, Lord. That, I think I am going to do off-stream. I think that's going to work. So that's in the center of these two pieces here. So I can just copy this down, and we'll have a blank piece down here, and I'll just take that, and well, I'll just fill it in somehow, shape or form. We'll figure it out. Probably need to take that cross piece and bring it over to here, but we'll figure that out later as well. Right. Ah! But that seems to be okay. So the next thing, I need to do a station platform on that. I think I'm going to do maybe a generic one. Because like I said, this is going to... It kind of sort of follows along with the theme. The somewhat... like it's not an Australian theme park. It's an Australia-inspired theme park. So a lot of the ride names are inspired by Oz and places in Oz, and this actually is starting to look quite nice. I did adjust a couple of things in here. I do like the way that this is kind of encompassed in this little thing here. I didn't realize that actually. I've got three almost concentric circles in there. Well, they're not concentric, are they? They're just loops. I got this nice tight loop in here with this murky water in there. I wanted to bring the water up one more level, but the track is just slightly too low, and I couldn't be asked to adjust it. I could do an exit platform on here. I do some work with theming across the front here, cover these two buildings. I've still got so much to do. I've got to put station... I've got to prettify this and open this. I've got a lot to do still, don't I? Quite a lot. It'll get done though. It's just going to take time. It's going to take a little bit of concentration when I'm not working. Right now I'm trying to work on my office space to try and get that looking nice. I reckon by the time I get this inside area sorted, the new version of Planet Coaster will be out. No, I don't mean 3, but I mean like a major update. Possibly even Halloween. Not that I'm anticipating this taking that long, but yeah, possibly Halloween. But I am liking the way it's going. I really want that boat ride. That doesn't have the trough. It has the freeform path that you can put down. Or the... What is that? What was that? It was... Oh! It was the tow cable, the tow chain thingy that you sank in the water and it followed it. Rather than the one that we have right now, which is a free-floating boat in a channel, like a log flume. Yeah. But, yeah, it's all going well. Let's have a look what's going on here. Attending Water Coaster 1. Do I have any guest thoughts? Apparently not. No one has any thoughts about this. Yeah, Prestige is pretty good. Okay. Still don't have a name for that, actually. Oh, I'd forgotten I'd done that. There's some water lilies down through there. We opened this up. Oh, that's right. I beautified along the railway here. I need to put some stuff down through here. Some bushing. Could do that very quickly, actually. Scenery brush. that was dreadful. Yeah, no, that's no. Nope. Let's use the other tool, the scenery tool. The scenery tool, even on its own, is actually quite powerful. If you turn this guy on. Okay. Bramble bush, bracken. There we are. That's got to be quite. That could be quite low, I think. Yeah, there we are. And I understand that this is bracken. We'll work on that in a minute here. Okay. Close this out. Soil debris. Yep. Some soil through there. And then closer to the edge, we're going to just do some mud. Not that you'll be able to see it at all. There we are, lost another muddy area there. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That looks great. That's fantastic. Brilliant. All right. Some trees. Some scenery. Let's get some trees going in there. What kind of trees do we want? I don't fucking know. Probably some temperate trees for a start. We've got a tiny... no. Don't want to align to surface, thank you. We got a little. We could do a little fig tree. A small European larch, which is. Oh, hang on. Turn that off. Yeah, that's a small one. Fucking hell. That's a small black poplar, is it? Right. Want it, okay. Ah, there we are, a small ash. Wait. That's large. I want a small one. That's a. Oh. That is like the perfect spot for one of those. Turn that on. Huh? It's not. Okay, whatever. Okay. And... oh, Jesus. Do we want a little pine? We could just do a little pine right here. don't actually have one. No. And then a tiny little oak. There we go. Lovely. Look at that. Very nice. And then the train will come through there. YouTube. Go. Great. And then finally, bushes. Where is it? Ha ha ha. Wild garlic. There we are. We are going to do stick to surface off. We're going to turn that off. And we are going to use the big one. And we are going to bring the scale down. Like that. Okay, that'll do. You know what? Maybe I should do a line to surface as well. Okay, boop. Line to surface. There, that's better. Cool. I'm sorry, I'm not really talking much because I'm actually quite focused on doing this. I don't know why. I've actually been really stressed for the last few days. Maybe that's what's going on. Random pockets of plant on this side. There's some greenery. There we are. There we go. There. Much better. And then from up here you can see that through there. I've got to put some fencing on there just to make that safe so the little darlings don't try and jump on top of the train. I've never been to Oz. I always fancied it until I read about all the Oz. Yeah, Australia. It's a beautiful country, but most of it wants to kill you. It doesn't matter where you go. Something there wants to kill you horribly. Tasmania's not much better, to be honest. Even the birds, even like what are they called? Here we've got magpies. Over there they've got giant magpies with a really bad attitude. That dive bomb. They just come out the trees and dive bomb people as they walk past. Usually during nesting season. Not nesting, mating? No, hatching. During hatching season. They get really aggressive. There's an update coming in the next couple of weeks to get a ride photos and real working souvenir shops. Yeah, I saw that. That's going to be really cool. Yeah, it's modular souvenir shops, which is really nice. I'm hoping that they're listening to the community and we'll get some midway attractions, right? Which would be doable if they take the modular souvenir shop idea. We could potentially get Midway stalls, which would be great. I would love that. You know, the cheesy basketball thing and the rope ladder that is impossible. Those would be really cool, I think, or something like that, or give us the ability to build something like that. Hotels, I think, is what's going to be my downfall. When hotels comes out, that's going to be the point where I'm going to look at this park and be like, you know what? I think I need to start over. Because that's going to be the bit that screws me over. Even though I've actually built this, and I will probably save these and upload these to the workshop, so when hotels does come out, I already have them. I'm really pleased with how these little resort buildings came out. Okay, anyway, that's going to be it for me. My eyes are starting to get a little sore. I've been not blinking, apparently. I've also, all this scrolling around and slamming the mouse about isn't helping. Oh, what have I got to do? Alright, so we're going to do the supports in here. So that'll be my job over the weekend or when I'm at home working and I have nothing else going on. Lifts and escalators. Ooh, escalators would be interesting. That would be interesting, actually. About lifts. Why would you want a lift? I guess you would want a lift on the end of a path because you'd want the guests using it so you could see it. So you would have a lift on the end that can be attached to a path, and then a path directly above it as well. Yeah, I could see that being useful. Anyway, I'm going to push my button because I have one. Jolly good. There you are, look at that. See, and now I've got 3 minutes of complete waffle before the ads roll on Twitch. And that's what I'm aiming for. I'm trying to get away with this without having ads in the middle of my, on my stream. So that's why it's 2 hours. The first ad break runs while my intro does. Then I get an hour of waffle, another ad break, another hour of waffle, and then I end. See, you get one ad break halfway through. At least that's what I try and do anyway. What is today's... Oh, bloody hell, today's Thursday. That means tomorrow's Friday. Yeah. Sweet. Beer! That's why I'm going to go get in a minute, and then I'm going to have some more tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you all have a fantastic Friday and a wonderful weekend. I may or may not stream this weekend. It really depends upon how much leeway I have with my time. I do have a lot to do. I've got to put up a TV. I've got a wall-mounted TV. May take the toddler to get her first haircut. That'll be interesting. And I've got to continue working on my room and make it look pretty. But in the meantime, thanks for hanging out. It's much appreciated. I think, what is tomorrow in Australia? I think tomorrow is Saturday in Australia. These lucky bastards. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated. Good night.